Good morning. Welcome to another one of Drew's book reviews. So today's book review is going to be on Morning Star. This is book 3 of Pierce Brown's Red Rising trilogy. So of course we have the final conclusion, or at least the final conclusion of this story arc in the Red Rising trilogy. So of course our main character, Daryl, he has effectively succeeded in his rebellion, overthrew the ruling gold class, and taken back control of his society, which is done in a pretty awesome and dramatic way. Like, there's so much action packed into this book, and adventure, and a lot of really great battle scenes. I mean, overall, it's just a really good and fun read. I really did enjoy this series overall, about this society that's divided into a caste system, and essentially you have the lowest of the low rising up in rebellion and gaining allies along the way and taking back control of the world in which they have lived their entire lives. Just really awesome. I mean, this kind of story has played out in numerous different books and forms of literature and media and storytelling since the dawn of man. And I really don't think there's any new stories. The trick is in how you tell that story, and I think Pierce Brown does a really good job on that. He does an effective job in telling the story and getting his characters across as believable, likable, and livable characters. And just, I love the way that he does that within this book and these books. I've really come to like the character of Daryl. He's a man of passions, intelligence. He's very smart. And he is a character that is very human in his nature and the way in which he's portrayed. He probably cries more than any other character in the book, easily. He cries quite a bit, and that really kind of shows how he is, in a way, kind of an emotional, fragile individual. He has a really difficult time dealing with the stresses of war and the stresses of dealing with those things which are forced upon him and that he must. He's seeing his family and his friends die around him while he's fighting for a better world and a better life for them all. And that it really takes its toll on him, and it really drains him. But through it, he finds the strength needed to accomplish the goals which he needs to do. And that is something that is just really awesome to see within this character. And absolutely love that. And within the book, we have betrayal, we have deceit and deception. You know, there's times where I'm thinking that Daryl's friends aren't really his friends, but they turn out to be his friends. And there's people that Daryl trusts that nobody else trusts, and they don't want to work with these other characters within the book. Mustang is an example of that. Daryl's the only one that really trusts her as the daughter of a ruling gold family. And all of his friends are saying, no, we can't trust her, but he does. And in the end, her trust proves to be worthy of that trust, which is really good. And, well, to be honest, quite expected. It's not that it's unexpected, but I really enjoyed the way that that played out in the story, which makes it really a fun read. Now, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a perfect book. There are some mistakes made throughout the book in terms of the scientific probability and plausibility throughout the book. But overall, really well. One of the issues I had with the series was how people have been described on Mars or other planets or moons within the solar system. They weren't described as plausible character or physical attributes that would be within a group of people who were born and raised on a planet other than Earth, under the different conditions and gravitational forces. That is addressed a little bit in this book. There is some descriptions of characters that seem to fit what would be more in line with people who have lived their entire lives for generations on the different moons within the solar system in terms of their physical attributes and descriptions. So that issue's kind of addressed a little bit, and it looks like Pierce Brown did correct that within this book a little bit, which is really good because that makes the story much more plausible, much more believable. And that's an important aspect to any story. It's got to be believable. And I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes I could have a hard time suspending my disbelief if something doesn't quite line up, it doesn't make sense. And so I need to be able to make sense of it. The story's got to be plausible. There's got to be a good explanation for it. And if there isn't, then it's just not believable. But Pierce Brown does fix that up a bit in this book, which I really appreciated. It really helped make, for me at least, the story to be more likable. Overall, though, the Red Rising trilogy is a fantastic series of books. Really enjoyed it, and I think it's definitely worth the read. I know there's some other ones in the series. Iron Gold is certainly one of them that I'll have to look into getting, and a few others in the Red Rising world. But overall, great series of books. Really enjoyed it, and I know you will too. All you got to do is pick it up, read it, check it out. I definitely encourage you to do so. And also, of course, don't forget to comment and subscribe below if you enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, you could follow me on Facebook, on Twitter. I'll put the links in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel as well. And thank you so much. And also, of course, stay tuned for the next book I will be reading and reviewing, which will be The Trials of Apollo. Book 1, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. And again, thanks so much for watching. And I hope you have yourself a fantastic day.